Better to trip with the feet than with the tongue. Imagine a world where your silence speaks with more eloquence than any word, where your calm can command the chaos around you. Today, we journey into the heart of silence, a force as potent as it is overlooked in our clamorous world. Think of the last time you were caught in a web of gossip, stung by an unprovoked insult, or burdened by unjust criticism. The frustration was palpable, wasn't it? Now, envision navigating those moments with a serene composure, emerging not just unscathed, but stronger, more dignified, and utterly at peace. This is not merely about staying quiet. It is about wielding silence as a strategic response, a tool for profound growth, and a pathway to inner tranquility. Stoicism teaches that the most powerful statement we can make is often no statement at all. It is about being so firmly rooted in your own values that the storms of life cannot shake you. If you are weary of the endless cycle of reacting, retaliating, and regretting, then stay with me. Together we will explore how to transform your silence into strength, how to stand stoically amidst life's tumult, and how, sometimes, saying nothing says everything. Before we begin this journey, I invite you to join our community by subscribing so you don't miss a single step toward mastering the art of Stoic silence. First, let us consider the whispers of gossip. Picture this. A rumor ignites, spreading from person to person like wildfire. Your name is a murmur in hallways and a flash on screens. You stand in the eye of the storm, feeling the primal urge to douse every flame, to correct every falsehood. But Stoicism counsels us to pause. Why? Because to engage with gossip is to breathe life into it. Instead, consider the power of your silence. By withholding your voice from the cacophony, you starve the rumor of its lifeblood, your attention. This is not an easy path. It is a trial to hear lies and not strike back. Yet your peace of mind is worth infinitely more than the fleeting victory of setting a record straight. Stoicism asks us not to be passive, but to be strategic. In stillness, there is strength. In non-reaction, there is power. Those who truly know you will not be swayed by idle talk, and the opinions of those who are, in the end, do not matter. Let your character be your testament. The next time you are tempted to fight gossip head-on, simply breathe. Clad yourself in your stoic armor, embrace the quiet, and feel the power it bestows. In that silence, you are not merely avoiding negativity, you are transcending it. Second, let us navigate the storm of insults. We have all felt their sting, those sharp words that cut a little too deep. Whether spoken to your face, typed in anonymity, or veiled as a joke, insults can rattle the strongest among us. Yet, when someone insults you, their words are a mirror, reflecting not you, but themselves, their own struggles, insecurities, and lapses in judgment. Stoicism teaches us to see this with clarity, to separate ourselves from the venom of their words. But how? It begins by recognizing that the only opinion that can define you is your own. When insults are hurled your way, you have a choice. You can retaliate and allow their poison to seep into your soul, or you can rise above, secure in the knowledge of who you are. This is not about suppressing your feelings, but acknowledging them, and then choosing not to grant them the power to disrupt your peace. It is about responding, not reacting. Perhaps that response is a profound silence that declares, "Your words do not define me." This does not mean you tolerate abuse. It means you control what you can, your response, your dignity. By navigating insults with stoic wisdom, you are not just protecting yourself, you are elevating yourself, anchoring your life not in the shifting sands of others' opinions, but in the bedrock of your own self-respect. Third, we turn to the fire of anger. To feel anger is not the problem. It is a natural response to perceived injustice. The true challenge, and where Stoicism offers its wisdom, lies in how we respond to that fire. Unchecked, it consumes everything in its path. But with a Stoic mindset, we can contain the blaze, using its light to illuminate rather than destroy. It all starts with a pause. In that single, potent moment, you create a space between the trigger and your response, a space where you are free to choose. In that space, ask yourself, why am I angry? Stoicism guides us to look beneath the surface. Often, anger is a mask for hurt, fear, or a violated sense of justice. By understanding its root, we can address the true cause. And what if the anger is justified? Stoicism does not ask you to suppress it. Instead, it offers the idea of constructive anger, a force that is controlled, directed, and used for positive change. It can be a tool, not a weapon, motivating us to right a wrong or stand up for our principles. But even justified anger must not be our master. The philosopher Seneca likened anger to a temporary madness. So while we may acknowledge it, we must not let it cloud our judgment. In mastering our emotions, we do not become emotionless. We become architects of our own response, meeting anger with reason, wisdom, and integrity. Fourth, we face the sting of unjust criticism. When you are criticized unfairly, Stoicism encourages a simple act: pause and breathe. This is not suppression. It is the creation of a moment to process your emotions calmly and sidestep an impulsive reaction. Your initial instinct may be to defend yourself vehemently, but consider the Stoic alternative. Ask yourself, does this criticism, true or not, have the power to define me? Your value is not contingent upon the opinions of others. Your core integrity remains untouched by external appraisal. Then, consider the source. Unjust criticism often says more about the critic's own perceptions and struggles than it does about you. It is a reflection of their inner world, not your reality. However, this does not mean we remain passive. If there is a kernel of truth, however unfairly delivered, use it as an opportunity for growth. Stoicism teaches us to use every experience as fuel for our own development. Above all, maintain your tranquility. Your peace of mind is a fortress. By detaching your well-being from the fluctuating tides of praise and blame, you shield that fortress from assault. Fifth, let us walk through the valley of loss. Loss is an inescapable part of being human. The loss of a loved one, a relationship, a dream. The pain is raw and real, yet it is here, in the depths of our sorrow, that Stoicism offers a beacon of resilience. It does not ask us to suppress our grief, but gives us a framework to navigate it. While we cannot control what is taken from us, we can always control our response. When the world feels as if it is crumbling, Stoicism invites you to simply breathe. Give yourself permission to mourn, to feel. But remember that your emotions are natural responses, not commands. You can feel sorrow without letting it define your future. And here is a profoundly Stoic view. See loss as an opportunity for growth. Every ending holds the seed of a new beginning, a new strength. Ask, what can this teach me? This is not about finding a silver lining, but about opening yourself to the possibility that even in darkness, there is potential for light. Stoicism also reminds us of impermanence. Everything we cherish is, in a sense, on loan to us. By internalizing this, we learn to appreciate our blessings more deeply and to release them with grace when the time comes. We learn to lean on our community, to find healing in connection, and to navigate our grief with a quiet dignity, knowing we have the capacity to recover and continue our journey with renewed wisdom. Sixth, we confront the shadow of injustice. When faced with injustice, our first impulse is often outrage or despair. Stoicism invites us to step back and assess the situation with clarity. This is not indifference. It is the choice to respond from our principles, not our impulses. The Stoic response begins with a question. What is within my power to change? We must focus our energy where we have agency, on our own actions and attitudes. We cannot right every wrong in the world, but we can choose not to let the world's wrongs diminish our spirit. This approach is about acting with purpose. Whether raising your voice, supporting those affected, or working for systemic change, your actions should be deliberate and grounded. Injustice can be soul-crushing, but your inner citadel, your core of stoic strength, remains untouched. You can witness the chaos of the world without letting it disrupt your inner harmony. In embracing a stoic path, we act not from impulsive anger, but from a place of measured, principled strength, contributing what we can to the cause of justice and fairness. Seventh, we learn to navigate the seas of ignorance. When confronted with ignorance, our instinct may be to argue or correct. Stoicism invites us to pause. Instead of seeing a battle to be won, see an opportunity to practice patience and empathy. First, truly listen. Try to understand the experiences and fears that shape another's uninformed view. By listening, you are not endorsing their ignorance. You are creating the space for a thoughtful response. Next, ask yourself if this is a moment for teaching or for learning. Sometimes, the most stoic act is to offer information gently, without attachment to the outcome. Other times, the wisest path is to ask questions, or even to simply walk away, conserving your energy. If the ignorance is harmful, you can still take a stand, but do so with composure, never letting frustration take the wheel. And remember, this journey is also about confronting our own blind spots. Stoicism teaches us to be lifelong learners, always open to expanding our own understanding. Eighth, we find the Stoic silence amidst boasts. When someone boasts, they are often seeking external validation. Stoicism teaches us to view this need with empathy, without getting swept up in the performance. True contentment comes from within, not from the applause of others. When boasts are flying thick and fast, the Stoic approach is to listen quietly and reflect inwardly. By choosing silence, you refuse to enter the competition. This silence is an active, powerful choice. It speaks volumes about your self-assurance. It shows that you are secure in your own worth without needing to broadcast it. This stillness also allows you to observe, to understand what drives the need for acclamation in others. In practicing this silence, we cultivate an inner peace and a deep-seated confidence that does not require an audience. And finally, we practice the Stoic art of silence amidst unfounded rumors. When you hear a falsehood about yourself, the Stoic response is not to rush into the fray. It is to pause, breathe, and remember that your worth is not determined by the words of others. By choosing silence, you are not conceding defeat. You are rising above it. Often, rumors lose their power when they are denied the oxygen of your attention. In the calm of your silence, the truth has room to surface on its own. Those who truly know your character will not be swayed by hearsay. And for those who are quick to believe the worst, their opinions were never yours to control. This silence is also an opportunity for introspection, a chance to fortify your inner citadel against the arrows of misinformation. It is here, in the quiet strength of non-reaction, that you cultivate true resilience. We learn to navigate the turbulent currents of public opinion with grace, to anchor ourselves firmly in our truth. We begin to move through the world with a quiet confidence, a stillness of spirit that no rumor can disturb. As our time together draws to a close, remember that silence is not a void, not a mere absence of noise. It is a wellspring of strength, a quiet testament to your inner fortitude. In those moments, you choose stillness over speech. You embody the profound wisdom of Stoicism, transforming every challenge into an opportunity for growth and serenity. I invite you to continue this journey of self-discovery. Explore one of the suggested videos on your screen to delve deeper into this ancient wisdom. Let us continue together to cultivate a life of tranquility, purpose, and enduring strength. Thank you for joining me on this path of introspection. Your presence enriches our Stoic Journal community, where together we are learning to meet life's storms with grace and unshakable resilience.